Pottery has been around for centuries. In this week's eyepiece, photographer John Schmidt takes us to Generous Earth Pottery in downtown La Crosse to meet studio manager Shane Lamb and find out what it takes to spin up a work of art.
Every pot is a new adventure. You never know what's going to happen sometimes. You know, some people call it turning, spinning. Either way to start, it's the same no matter what it is. I figure out how much clay I want to use for something. Just weight-wise, I guess, first, you know. So I choose that much clay. I wedge it to make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Basically center it, open it, shape it, and then set it aside and move to the next one. When I first center it, like the first thing you have to do is get it, you know, you attach it to the bat so that it doesn't fly off when you're working with it, because you're putting quite a bit of stress on it. You know, you're pulling up that clay, so like your main thing is is even pressure is what you're trying to get. You want to be pressing away from you, which is towards the center, and down at the same time with the same kind of evenness. You're basically just being kind of like a riverbed strength-wise. After I trim it, and I have to wait till it's leather hard to where it can support its weight and it can support me kind of beating up on it with a trimming tool, then I just kind of set it aside for a couple weeks. I let it completely dry. If it goes into the kiln early while there's still moisture in there, most likely it's going to explode. It fires the first time for 12.5 hours. It's on a slow, it's like 1800 degree firing. And then once that firing's done, it takes, you know, 18 hours to cool at, you know, a normal pace. It just kind of naturally cools. And then from there, pull it out, glaze it, and refire it again. But like I keep all the glazes fairly simple, just because and the glazings and the firings, because it stays consistent. But yeah, it all comes down to rotations and repetition. The longer you do this, the better you get. As long as you're patient, and if you're not patient, it builds patience. You don't really have a choice. It's its own therapy.